Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome to Language and Linguistics. Today we are going to talk about what is linguistics. This one is the lecture number 5 and the part 1 is presented to you. In this lecture we are going to talk and discuss prescriptive versus descriptive, parole versus language, performance versus competence and core areas of linguistics. So let's move to our first slide. What is linguistics? Prescriptive and descriptive linguistics. Prescriptive linguistics is concerned with the rules that are often based on Latin and Greek. They're also based on classic canon of literary works and the origin of the word, particularly on logic, or simply on their personal likes and dislikes. So prescriptive linguistics is just deal about rules, those are set by the linguist. And the criticism on this school of thought is they do not take sufficient account of ongoing language change and stylistic variation. The aim of prescriptive linguistics is to describe language objectively and systematically. So, changes in language and the variation is not important or significant according to prescriptive linguists. In contrast, descriptive linguistics observe and analyze language as it is used naturally in any given speech community. And descriptive linguists attempt to discover the rules and regulations of the underlying language system or code. So descriptive linguists simply concern with the language as it is used in the language community. They do not describe any rule, but use of language that is sufficient to make anything understandable is the area of descriptive linguistics. Parole versus language. Swiss linguists source the French term parole. It refers to the actual language use, or you can say concrete utterances. In contrast, the term language refers to the language system. It is used for a speech community and shared knowledge of a language. Performance versus competence. A similar dichotomy was put forward by the American linguist Noam Chomsky in 1928. According to Chomsky, the term performance and competence refer to largely the same concept, language and parole. He put emphasis on the individual nature of language. Performance versus competence. Actual language used by the individual speaker is performance. In contrast, individual speakers' knowledge of the language is its competence. Performance is an externalized language and competence is internalized language. Application, execution, or usage are performance. Competence is simply concept. The new terms are externalized language and internalized language are rarely used, and many people know the basic concepts performance and competence. By Noam Chomsky in 1928. Let's have a look on the core areas of linguistics. System or structure of a language, that is language or competence, can be described at 4 different levels, which form the core area of linguistics. These areas are called microlinguistics. In microlinguistics, we have phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, lexicology, and semantics. Phonetics and phonology deal with pronunciation, with speech sounds in the sound system. Morphology covers the structure of words. Syntax explains sentence patterns. Morphology and syntax often combine into morphosyntax, and they have traditionally been referred to as grammar. Lexicology and semantics describe the vocabulary or lexicon and explore different aspects of meaning. Let's have a look on main points of this lecture. Prescriptive language scholars have laid down rules that are often based on Latin and Greek or classic languages. In contrast, descriptive linguists observe and analyze language as it is used naturally in any given speech community. Parole refers to the actual language use or concrete utterances, and language refers to the language system or knowledge of language shared by that speech community. Performance is actual language used by the speaker. Competence is the individual speaker's knowledge of the language. System or structure of language. Language or competence can be described at different levels, which form the core areas of linguistics. Core areas of linguistics have further subdivision as micro and macrolinguistics. Microlinguistics covers phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and lexicology. I hope you enjoy the lecture. Please like, share, and subscribe Language and Linguistics. You can also find the PDF file of this lecture in the description section. Thank you.